because there was a rumor. Sarah, you know what? You just say it because you can explain it better than I can. I'll ramble.
WrestleVotes, which is a faceless account who claims to have inside knowledge. I just got to preface that because he is not like an accredited source like the dirt sheets that everybody knows about.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he claimed that WWE talent and or higher ups, whatever, had a meeting, and in the meeting it was revealed that WWE were planning on moving the PC from Florida to Vegas. Fightful then came out and said WWE is denying this. This was never said, blah, blah, blah. WrestleVotes came back and said, just check with my source. And they still said it was happening, that it's not something happening immediately, but it is still a plan. And people were like, what's going on? Blah, blah, blah. I got attacked because I said it made no sense. And yeah, so the rumors are still there that they might be moving to Vegas. My take on it is that's dumb. I think that you should keep the PC that you built in Florida, which is I don't know, a lot more central for people to travel to. It's a tourist destination, so like NXT is like always has an audience. It's a lot cheaper to live there and to pay the talent. And you know, it wouldn't be a bad idea to build another PC in Vegas because we know like there's going to be talent that want to be closer to LA or whatever for other opportunities that are there. And then of course UFC is like headquartered in Vegas. So it makes sense that TKO would want to have like their brands like located together. But that's a different thing. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think, because then people started mentioning, like, oh, it makes sense because NXT is going on the road. What are we talking about? Like, if that's
That has
true,
nothing to do with
I
it.
know. I don't know how one in that, what is okay. WWE is still like
One
headquartered.
and one makes three, Sarah.
Yeah, it's like WWE is still headquartered in Stamford, Connecticut. Just because Raw and SmackDown go on the road doesn't mean that they move. You know what I mean? Or like
Yeah.
NXT is going to be headquartered in Florida, no matter if they travel around the country. So I don't understand that
It
there.
makes
But yeah, the only thing I could see happening is that they're going to open another facility. They are
yeah,
not
that's what I
going
was gonna
to
say. Is that it
shut down what they already built
no,
when
they're
they've
gonna
been there for
open something
decades.
else. They're gonna open something else. And it doesn't it when we say something else, it doesn't have to be a performance center. It can just be a facility. It can just be something to help scout West Coast talent or
Hmm.
when they're on the road, they have somewhere to go. Like to me, this felt like a report that was talked about as a future idea. You know, like a let's build towards this eventually happening between the years 2028 and 2030. You know what I mean? Like,
Hmm.
and it just got leaked.
Yeah.
That's what it just seems to me is like a leaked story of something that is probably going to happen at some point. Like that's what
Or
didn't
it could have
surprise
just
me when I
been an
saw it. I was like, oh,
idea.
this makes sense.
Yeah, it could have just been an idea that they had talked about, you
But
know?
they're not moving the entire performance center. That
And
is just
well, and people don't realize
ridiculous.
how much money it would cost to build another facility to then like sell the old
Because
one to then move all of the staff
yeah.
and the
Oh,
talent to
no,
Vegas
hire
because
new staff.
or no, I'm saying if they completely
Oh, it
moved.
shut it.
Yeah, if they shut it down
Yeah,
and move to Vegas. It just doesn't make
yeah.
sense like
No,
financially at all.
it
Um
does not.
and obviously it's more expensive to live in Vegas. So that's another thing that doesn't really make any sense. Like I don't know. It's just a lot of factors don't make sense. It feels like another thing that I had an issue with that I've said to you is I get the TKO Endeavor connection, whatever, but I also think that WWE shouldn't be forced to try and become more of a company like UFC. There's a reason why they're separate entities and people watch one and people watch the other, or there are people who watch both. However, people appreciate their differences. We don't need to keep trying to force WWE to look or feel more like UFC. It just doesn't make sense. And by doing this, you know, having them move to Vegas or having them using the UFC Apex. Like, it's just stupid. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.